Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Taylor Hayes is cruising for an emotional bruising on The Bold and the Beautiful. All signs are pointing to heartbreak ahead for Ridge Forrester's fiancé. Taylor doesn't stand a chance of getting Ridge to the altar, and here's why. Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, knows how to hit Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, where it hurts. Since he has decided to marry Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, Brooke has reconnected with his half-brother Captain Nick Marone, Jack Wagner. Nick makes Ridge's blood boil, and seeing him with Brooke will give Ridge the nudge he needs to leave Taylor and reunite with Brooke. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say all hell will break loose in Naples, Italy. We already know that there will be a serious accident and Ridge will have a brush with death. The Forrester heir will have a change of heart and realize he doesn't want to spend another second without Brooke at his side. So Taylor will be left out in the cold again. Word on the internet is that Taylor will get creative and could check herself into the hospital and complain of heart complications again. Last time her broken heart syndrome worked like a charm and reeled Ridge back in. But B&B spoilers say this time around it won't faze Ridge Forrester. Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Missins Wood, will probably meddle in her parents' relationship and try to guilt her dad into staying with her mom. However, Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Brooke and Ridge will be together for the unforeseeable future. Do you think Brooke and Ridge belong together? What about Taylor Hayes? The Forrester mansion sparkles with preparations. Flowers have been ordered, the guest list finalized, and the soft swish of designer gowns being fitted echoes through the halls. But while everything on the surface screams happily ever after, behind the scenes, Taylor Hayes' dream wedding is teetering on the edge of implosion. As secrets rise, ex-lovers re-emerge and unexpected alliances form, The Bold and the Beautiful is about to deliver another iconic wedding disaster. One that Taylor might not walk away from with her heart intact. A picture-perfect plan, or so it seemed. Taylor Hayes thought she had it all figured out. After years of back and forth with Ridge Forrester, heartbreaks, betrayals, international disappearances, she finally believed it was her time. Ridge had recommitted to her. There were no lingering feelings for Brooke, allegedly. Taylor, glowing with anticipation, had her gown custom-designed by Zend, her guest list curated to include only supporters of Team Taylor, and even her daughter Steffy was acting as her maid of honor with pride. But even as she smiled through dress fittings and cake tastings, a storm was already brewing, and Taylor's instincts, the very ones that helped her become a renowned psychiatrist, started to whisper that something wasn't quite right. Brooke's broken heart, or secret weapon? Meanwhile, Brooke Logan was doing her best to appear unbothered. But Brooke's version of unbothered involved strutting around Forrester Creations in sleek power suits, giving interviews with thinly veiled hints at betrayal, and making cryptic comments to Hope like, "Sometimes love doesn't just fade away, it waits." While Ridge had insisted his heart was with Taylor, even Thomas couldn't help but notice that his father's gaze lingered too long on Brooke at a recent meeting. It was subtle, but Steffy saw it too. The infamous Brooke-Ridge-Taylor triangle wasn't just a relic of the past. It was a ticking time bomb with Ridge's name scrawled across the fuse. And unbeknownst to Taylor, Brooke's not ready to surrender without a final shot. One that might not be fired by her own hand, but one that still hits Taylor squarely in the heart. Ridge's doubt creeps in. Ridge has always been a man torn between two women. It's not his most flattering quality, but it's also what has made the show's love stories so combustible. And this time is no different. The wedding planning forces Ridge to reflect. He claims he wants peace and stability with Taylor. But when he walks through the halls of Forrester Creations and sees the old photos of him and Brooke, the memories flood in. Their passion, their fights, their destiny. RJ, who's been watching his father closely, decides to confront Ridge. "Dad, if you're marrying Taylor just because it's the easy choice, or because Mom hurt you, that's not fair to either of them." Ridge brushes it off, but later, he can't sleep. Taylor wakes up to find him sitting alone in the dark, glass of scotch in hand. "Are you okay?" she whispers. "Yeah," he lies. But even Taylor's intuition is now tingling, something's off. A bombshell from Bill. Just when Taylor thinks nothing else could shake her. She tries to ignore him, but Bill's in a mood. "You know, Taylor, you really should thank me." "For what, Bill? Your arrogance?" "You know," he smirks. "For not blowing up your wedding." Taylor's eyes narrow. He leans in. "Ridge might be playing house with you now, but I have a little tidbit that would send those Forrester floral arrangements flying." Taylor demands to know what he's talking about, but Bill refuses to say more, for now. But the seeds of paranoia are planted. What could Ridge be hiding? What's Brooke up to? And why does Bill sound like he's sitting on a powder keg? Thomas the saboteur, or savior? Thomas, despite his chaotic history, seems genuinely supportive of the wedding, until he overhears a conversation between Brooke and Ridge. He doesn't catch the entire thing, but he hears enough to make his stomach churn. Brooke's voice is soft, seductive. "You and I were never supposed to be over. Deep down, you know that." And Ridge doesn't object. In fact, he seems torn. Thomas, furious, considers confronting his father but hesitates. Then a darker idea occurs to him. Maybe it's time to take a page out of his old playbook. He begins scheming. Not to break up Taylor and Ridge for his own gain, but to protect his mother. If Ridge is hesitating, he'll make the choice easier for him by eliminating the option of Brooke altogether. He begins investigating Brooke's recent activities and soon discovers something shocking. Hope's secret weapon. Just when the mess couldn't get worse, Hope Logan steps in, and not to comfort her mother. Instead, she brings forth an unexpected confession. "Mom, I think I still have feelings for Thomas." This shakes Brooke, who has been railing against Thomas for months. But Hope's feelings are genuine. And worse, she suspects Thomas is still manipulating people, even if his intentions this time are pure. Brooke seizes the opportunity. If you want to protect your grandmother from another heartbreak, you need to find out what Thomas is up to before it's too late. Hope agrees. She sets a trap, asking Thomas to meet her late at night under the pretense of figuring things out. But what she's really hoping to do is get him to admit to any sabotage, or possibly even expose his knowledge about Ridge's true feelings. The night before the wedding, a revelation. On the eve of the ceremony, Taylor receives an anonymous envelope. No return address. Inside, photos of Ridge and Brooke, together, holding hands, outside the Forrester guest house just 3 days ago. One photo shows Ridge brushing Brooke's hair out of her face. Another shows her whispering something that makes him smile. The caption scrawled on the back of one, "Still his Logan." Taylor's hands tremble. Her world crashes down. Wedding day chaos. The vows that never come. The wedding begins anyway, sort of. Guests arrive in formal wear. Champagne flows. Eric plays host, while Donna tries to keep the Logan sisters from combusting in the corner. Steffi notices her mother looks distant, but assumes it's nerves. Then the music starts. Taylor walks down the aisle, slowly. Ridge smiles. But she doesn't. They reach the altar. Carter begins to officiate. "We are gathered here today to celebrate the union off." Taylor cuts him off. "I can't do this." Gasps echo. "Ridge, do you love me?" "Well, of course I do." "But are you in love with me?" "Taylor, don't lie to me." "Not now." A long, deafening pause. Brooke looks down, ashamed. Thomas closes his eyes. Ridge swallows hard. "I don't know." "Boom. It's over." Taylor steps back, tears brimming, pride holding her tall. "Then you can't marry me." She walks out. Alone. The wedding is called off. Taylor retreats to the Cliff House, unreachable. Steffi is livid, blaming both Ridge and Brooke. Thomas, oddly, is quiet, which makes everyone nervous. Meanwhile, Ridge doesn't run after Taylor. He doesn't run to Brooke either. Instead, he disappears. Eric tells Brooke gently, "Not all love stories end in the chapel, Logan." Brooke whispers, "Maybe mine just never ends at all." Twist ending, Taylor's next chapter? In the final moments of the episode, Taylor is seen walking the beach alone. Her phone buzzes. A message from an unknown number. "I saw what happened. You deserve better." "Let's talk, Nick." Yes. Nick Marone, Taylor's old flame. "The man who once stole her heart when Ridge failed her." She smiles faintly. "Maybe it's time for a new beginning." With Taylor's wedding destroyed, Ridge lost in his own indecision, and Brooke hanging in romantic limbo, the bold and the beautiful fans are left asking, is Ridge finally out of chances? Is Taylor done for good? And is Nick Marone about to re-enter the canvas with one thing in mind, winning Taylor back? One thing is certain, Taylor Hayes might be kissing her wedding goodbye, but she just might be saying hello to her boldest chapter yet. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Boldy and BAUTFUL UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.